Yeah. Hi. Hello, everyone. This is Shanmugaraj. Welcome to my channel. One of the aims of this channel is to build a global knowledge sharing platform in the domains of agile leadership and project management. You can join me and help me with that either by subscribing to this channel or sharing my videos to our friends, right? So, having said that, let us get into today's topic. We're currently discussing some of the leadership ideas from MIT Sloan School of Management. Today's topic is quantum computing. What leaders need to know now. This particular article has been published on Jan 11th, 2024. Why it matters? A framework from MIT researchers can help businesses anticipate when quantum computing might be useful and when it might not. Once obscure technologies can manifest in no time, creating a scramble from companies to figure out how to effectively leverage them for competitive advantage. Quantum computing and innovation, most cannot define and still don't properly understand, might be the next obscure technology to have a seismic effect on business. Quantum computing applies the laws of quantum mechanics to simulate and solve complex problems that are too difficult for the current genre of classical computers. In some cases, computers with these quantum abilities can solve large-scale problems much faster than their classical counterparts. Examples include simulating the behavior of matter, analyzing compounds to create new drugs, optimizing factory floors or global supply chains, and identifying fraud and risk patterns in financial transactions, among others. The current field of quantum computers is not quite ready for prime time. McKinsey has estimated that 5,000 quantum computers will be operational by 2030, but that the hardware and software necessary for handling the most complex problems won't be available until 2035 or later. Yet organizations need to start thinking now about where they might leverage the technology to solve real world business problems. As some companies already ex- expect to invest more than $15 million annually on quantum computing, according to a November 2022 report. A group of MIT researchers, in partnership with Accenture, has developed a framework to help tech-savvy executives start to evaluate the potential of quantum computing for problem solving at their companies. Implicitly, there is a race going on between the classic computer and quantum computer. For each type of question you want to solve, you want to know which type of computer will win so you can take the best advantage of it, right? So this is an initiative from MIT on Digital Economy Annual Conference. There is a framework provided by the MIT researchers to analyze the potential impact of switching to quantum computing before making the investment, right? The people involved are Thompson, who is the co-author of the Quantum Tortoise and Classical Hair, and Shuang Choi, an assistant professor from University of Albany, and William S. Moses, assistant professor at University of Illinois. Right. The researchers' takeaway is that small to moderate sized problems, the most common types of typical businesses, will not benefit from quantum computing. Those trying to solve large problems with exponential algorithmic gains and those that need to process very large data sets will derive advantages. Quantum computing is not going to be better for everything. It is going to be better for just for some things. An overview of quantum computing. The idea for building a system that leverages physics principles to simulate problems too difficult to model with traditional digital systems was first proposed in the 1980s. The concept was buttressed by MIT mathematician Peter Shor, who developed the first well-known quantum algorithm for breaking encryption in the 1990s. Unlike today's computers and supercomputers that use binary electrical signals to represent ones or zeros, quantum computers employ quantum bits, qubits, which are subatomic particles. When managed properly, qubits can represent combinations of both ones and zeros simultaneously. The more qubits, the greater potential for large-scale compute power for problem solving. When will quantum be useful? The crux of the framework in the quantum data is and the classical hair is the fact that classical computers generally operate faster than quantum computers, but require more steps to accomplish tasks, which the researchers liken to following an inefficient path from point A to point B. With their ability to run more efficient algorithms, quantum computers have the potential to take a more direct path, but because they have a slower processing speeds, it could actually take longer to solve the problem. The researchers' framework aims to help businesses determine whether the shorter route or the faster computer is more valuable, depending on what problem they are trying to solve. Scientists are striving to achieve quantum advantage, which is the ability to use quantum computers to solve problems that are beyond the reach of classical computers. Some companies are estimated to reach the quantum advantage by 2030. But the researchers said the focus on quantum advantage overshadows the usefulness of quantum computers as they become cost competitive with classical computers. To compensate, their framework establishes the benchmark of quantum economic advantage, which occurs when a particular problem can be solved more quickly with a quantum computer than with a comparably priced classical computer. To determine the quantum economic advantage, business and technology leaders will have to consider two conditions. The first condition is feasibility, meaning whether a quantum computer exists that is sufficiently powerful to solve a particular problem. And second thing is algorithmic advantage, meaning that a quantum computer would be faster at completing a particular task compared with a comparably priced classical computer. The overlap between the two is the quantum economic advantage. So Thomson advised businesses to consider the speed of computer versus the route. Think of it like a race is getting from point A to point B, and algorithm is the route, right? So if the race is short, it might not be worth investing in better route, a better route planning. For it to be worth it, it has to be a longer race, right? If you look at this picture, right, this talks about the when the quantum economic advantage will occur, right? If you look at the feasibility, looking at the problem size, quantum computers benefit, certain size of problems, businesses. If you look at that algorithmic advantages, right? So it might solve certain problems, but where the quantum economic advantage happens in the overlapped regions of A plus B, right? Where the quantum computers are faster and quantum computers can solve the problems, right? So this is where the businesses need to focus and need to identify the use cases and invest further in these scenarios. Other things to consider about the current state of quantum computing. First thing is it is still early days, but quantum is heating up, right? So quantum computing is early in the maturity cycle, but the landscape is heating up. IBM launched Osprey, 433 qubit machine last year, and has set its sights on building 100,000 qubit machine within 10 years, right? Google is targeting a million qubits by end of the decade. Other players in the nascent space include D-Wave Systems, IonQ, Rigetti Computing, Honeywell, Microsoft, Intel, and PSI Quantum, with some of the companies offering quantum computing services in the cloud. Fortune Business Insights has projected that quantum computing market will grow from 928 million this year to $6.5 billion by 2030, a compound annual growth rate of 32%. The second thing to consider in quantum investment is development cost and talent challenges still remain. Companies are still sorting out how to scale the number of physical qubits uh, that can be built into quantum computing systems, as well as the optimizing how the different qubits interact with one another as the horsepower scales. A lot of development work is currently devoted to decreasing the error rates or the noise in the quantum computing. The technology is also expensive given that systems require intricate cooling technologies to shield the qubits. The skills gap is another problem. Subject matter experts are hard to come by outside of research and academic circles. McKinsey predicts that by 2025, fewer than half of the quantum job, will be filled, which is a major barrier to adoption. Finally, benefits will come on a continuum. Quantum computing becomes more attractive when the quantum algorithm is exponentially faster or significantly better than the classical computing option, or if the problem size is being tackled is larger than the speed of differential between the two. Given the current state of quantum technology, it will be useful sooner for small scale problems whose solution offers smaller benefits, and will only later be viable for solving more complex problems that promise larger benefits. With this, we come to the conclusion of this particular video. Hope you guys got a better understanding what is all about quantum computing and how do you go about investing it. As a business leader, you need to look at quantum economic advantage where quantum computing favors the solving your problems as well as giving the economic benefits, right? And we also talked about how the compounded growth of quantum computing will almost 32% in next 5 years, right? And the talent shortage also there, it is can be 50% will be filled by 2025, and it is going to be of continuous process, right? So I hope you guys like these kind of videos that helps you to become a better leader, right? With that, I'm signing off. See you in next video.